of platforms now.
Oh, we. All
Yeah,
right.
I will should be
Cool.
live, all being well, on my own Facebook page on YouTube, and yeah, there we are.
Ah,
We're definitely live. Look,
okay. Okay.
let's see if anyone has. Oh, we should be on Twitch as well. Let me just check the Twitch stream and see if anyone's joining us there.
Right.
Because I
Okay.
did kind of advertise that as the main place. So currently no one there, but anyway, you never know. With it being, it's hard now to keep track of everywhere I've got it going, but hey, whatever. Yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, we're having a live chat now because I couldn't be bothered to do some editing with some another interview. Already doing those like several a month, so it takes a lot of time editing those video interviews. Anyway, look,
Yeah.
which way do I have to point? Is it that way,
What?
or what is it which way do I point to point at him? I don't know. I don't know. It's all very complicated anyway. Right, yeah. So I should. It's that guy who you saw punching the air for many years behind the Poly Six and what have you. Yes, that's the sort of thing he would do, and smiling too much. I often got told off for all that horrible smiling that you do. Anyway, being happy in a band, what's that all about? So
Happy golf.
let's go back 10 years to when it all began. I
Oh,
Though we're not quite at 10 years since you actually properly joined. It was probably about 3 or 4 months after our current time, probably June, July, August, sometime around then. You actually joined JDB.
I think it around yeah about mid, early September 2011 was it? Mid September or
Something
something like
I
that.
don't know. I
Yeah.
think it might have been about August that you did originally join in with JDB. I don't recall exactly. So, um, when you kind of answered the call, did I give you any music to check out to see if it was for you or not?
I think well it was our friend, our good buddy Pilch who forwarded me to
Indeed,
you.
Rich Holland.
Yeah, Rich Holland, and he told me about you. And at the time, I had no internet, and I asked him to for you to for him to give you my number, and we just met up at when you had your old marketplace when you went there,
Yeah,
and that was it. And I think you showed me over on your laptop at the time when you were at your old market stall, and then yeah, we met up for rehearsals and we practiced songs and yeah, and you showed me Pulsing, Perfectly Damaged Mind, and a few other songs, and yeah, months later we kept practicing and we had our first gig at Totton Shive 2011.
that's incorrect. We got some feedback or something at your end.
Is it?
Maybe I don't know. We just had a strange noise anyway. I don't know what
Oh,
that was all about.
okay.
Anyway, but that's definitely not true in the slightest because we rehearsed for months and months and months before actually getting round to doing that gig. I know that
Yeah,
for a fact because I
yeah,
was really sort of uh, not sure about when we should actually take it live. I know
yeah. 'Cause
that.
I do remember we kept practicing, didn't
And
we?
you sort of kept possibly suggesting places, and then eventually the some contact of yours said that the Tut and Shive would put us on, and quite bizarrely, we were also paid £100 for it. Which not many
Yes,
bands get paid £100 for the first gig.
I know. It was a surprise. It was quite introductory as well, and I was pretty nervous. I remember that tiny little stage we had, and
Yeah,
we did some good shows, and I do remember some bit of responses we got were quite good actually. We had people
it's
filming us playing and
complicated
everything.
in that sort of way, but I'll go into that a little bit there. And Alan Morgan says hello, by the way, so hello to Alan Morgan. Yeah.
Hello.
So in the rehearsals phase of JDB, what was it like coming? And you'd not never been in a band properly before, had you?
No, no.
What was it like, sort of suddenly experiencing like playing with these sort of old synths that were like older than you and everything, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do miss the Poly Six.
Yeah,
That was my baby.
yeah.
But
That was that's been the workhorse of JDB electronic phase, definitely.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I think
what did you think when you first encountered them? I mean,
I
was it?
was I was pretty nervous because I've never, like I said, I never touched the synth before. I was always admiring them, and I never got around to actually getting into the practicality of it. And after you talking me through and all and different sounds and effects, and over time I got really familiar and how to use it.
You
And
certainly got the hang of the cutoff frequency knob, that's for sure.
definitely yes.
And hello to
Yeah,
Marilyn,
and
also watching right now.
yeah, I think it was really a whole new ball game. And as time went on, when we did more gigs over the years, I just got more and more familiar and acquainted with the synths and everything.
What
And
did you think of the music? And it's
go on.
not necessarily quite what you would normally have listened to.
I did like it. I did like what I heard. It. I did still have had the good sounds to it. It was totally new to me, but I think I did enjoy um, some of the songs that I listened to, and also the ones we played, like PDM and Ode to Living Dead,
That's
etc., and
Perfectly Damaged Mind PDM.
PDS. And yeah, I did like what I heard. I know it wasn't like the usual future pop EBM I've always been a fan of, but it was. I really enjoyed it, and the songs that we've released over my time in John Doe Band as well, and yeah, yeah, it did surprise me, but it was really interesting and enjoyable to listen to and also play live.
What did you think of that first gig then?
Sutton Shive.
Yeah, the Tut and Shive. I mean, we only had about 5 tracks then.
Yeah,
I think some of the people were rather keen to take the mickey out of us.
like that. Yeah, I think I know who you mean. Yes.
Yeah, certain
Yeah.
people who then sort of made sort of mocking Facebook events and pages about us.
Yeah, I was excited and also nervous at the same time. It was like my first ever gig performing in a band. It was excitable and exciting and nervous at the same time. And yeah, I felt proud that I we did our first gig, and I was happy how things turned out.
Do you
Well,
remember what we had to do before we actually started playing, though? And hello to Antonia, who's also watching live.
hey
Uh,
Antonia.
do you
Um,
remember
I
what?
think that
Do you remember that task we had to perform? That was actually kind of part of getting the £100. Apparently, you told me anyway.
um, what
Just in
driving
the
to
setup on
sorry, go on.
at the Tut and Shive, we had to do something which you said was part and parcel of earning the £100.
Oh, we
Now
had
put
to
you out of your
we had to
misery.
what's that?
Do I have to put you out of your misery?
Go on then, remind me.
It was the amplification equipment. We had to drag it downstairs, and it weighed
Oh
a
yes,
ton. It was
yeah, we had
really, really, really heavy. This incredibly heavy amp. You know, it was
yes, yeah, I remember
absurd.
now.
I'm
Yeah, it's coming back to
struggling.
me. Yeah,
The struggle of getting that down some old Victorian staircase was. Oh, no wonder we paid £100 for that. We could have easily been crushed to death by that thing. But sort of when I think back to it, I just sort of. Yeah. There is some
yeah.
video evidence of the first gig sticking around somewhere on the internet, hidden.
I think it's on your Facebook page, no YouTube page, is it?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
there is
there
one
somewhere. I
there.
don't know if it's still up. I might have sort of deleted it or something by now,
Uh,
but but it's still kind of interesting.
yeah, well, it was good fun. But yeah, I do remember that. They put us in like the room, didn't they? Ask us to bring the equipment down
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well
We had to
to
bring
get
the
it.
equipment down some very steep steps, and it was very, very, very heavy equipment. And back then, I didn't have
Yeah.
all this hair. You know,
I remember that pretty well, and
I tried to style my hair something like this back then, but it was only about a tenth as long. So,
Yeah,
so
well, we earned our money's worth.
what sort of aesthetic were you trying to bring to JDB?
You mean sort of like looking image kind of thing,
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe an industrial future popish image at the time.
Do you
And
think
I was
it
kind of
could be
yeah.
argued that maybe at that sort of in the earliest days we were maybe a bit more toward the industrial side? When I was wearing
Yeah,
shades a bit like Andrew Aldrich, no makeup back then.
yeah.
I think
I
you
kind of
tended to wear shades quite a bit though, didn't you?
yeah, I did wear shade. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I kind of dabbled into here and there with things. I thought see what I go with, and I was just like pretty more like casual industrial, black shorts and boots and stuff like that, that sort of thing. And I think I just dabbled well with went with whatever. I did kind of like had a
Sometimes wore a
shirt,
tie.
yeah, shirt and tie. I thought that looked cool, very future poppy. So no, I just went with whatever, but I was pretty influenced by that, and I just thought it'd be cool. Yeah.
So a little while after you joined JDB, we eventually got round to including you writing in a track, and you'd got the lyrics "Unholy" about the Westboro Baptist Church, and those who don't know, it's spelt with sort of like unwhole, as in
Yeah.
incomplete, but mixed with holy, just like
Yeah.
with
Yeah. At the
brackets and
time,
stuff.
I was actually really intrigued about the Westboro Baptist Church and all the crap they were spouting, and I came up with an idea.
With streaming lately on there. I'll start recording it just in case we have further disconnections.
Okay.
Um, and
All right.
yeah, so do you recall what you brought to that track musically?
I
I
think
know
it was the musically. I don't know. I did
you
have the
didn't
idea of
contribute a
like
lot, I would say, but you did contribute one thing to it.
my backing
Well, there's
vocals.
vocals, yes, but there was a tiny bit of music you added as well. Can you remember what? No, no, it was some
No.
bass notes. You went on the Renoise program was using. You went dom dom dom, and that's what you contributed to the music
Oh,
of it. So,
okay.
so
Yeah.
it's so after that we sort of start moving into. I know well, it was. We started it not long after writing some more stuff with your lyrics, and we had the kind of connected tracks Noble and Burn You. Um,
Yeah.
and do
They
oh, and Hello Monkey Fondue, Simon Jeffries, Casual Industrial from the Urban M&S. Yes.
hello.
But yeah, we wrote Burn You and Noble based on your lyrics. Do you want to tell people all about those?
Yeah. First, I can't thank you enough for making me bring them to life because it got me through a lot at the time. Because um, Burn You and Noble, continuous songs. Burn You being part one, and Noble was part two to that. It was written about a really bad breakup I had at the time, and I was a complete mess, and Derek knows about it. And yeah, Burn You was about keeping your head above water after a breakup and not letting the situation burn you. A lot of people misinterpret that as saying like physically burn you with something or something. A lot of people ask me that. And Noble was about a part two to that, like saying you were noble to someone and they just did this to you, sort of thing. They didn't do anything for you, took you for a mug, etc. And um, at the time after the breakup, it got me through a lot, and it really helped me with it and helped me get through and doing something creative with it. And that's what inspired it. A really bad breakup I had, which was really horrible at the time. And yeah,
I know
that's how that's how
you were really going through hell back then, definitely. So,
yeah, I was.
um,
Yeah, and
so,
yeah,
so
you know I was.
which has been your favourite music that I've written to your words?
Uh, I think definitely Burn You is uh, my favourite because it was the core of the breakup I had at the time, and of course Noble on top of that was good. It really just got me through, and yeah, it helped me through a lot of crap at the time.
And obviously I still it took a very different kind of vibe from what we had with Unholy. That this time I'd gone a lot more synth pop. I was originally trying to write Noble in kind of a style of Fad Gadget, but I'm not sure it
Yeah,
really ended up as that in the end. But nevertheless, it turned out a track I think is really rather good. And I would say
yeah,
I enjoy performing Noble a bit more because it's a vocal I can do better.
yeah,
But the sort of Burn You I think is better written overall, uh, but the vocal is a lot softer and harder to do live. That's the only thing. So how did you
yeah.
enjoy learning the chords to Burn You? They were really stupid chords. That must have
Yeah,
been quite a challenge for you.
yeah, I did remember it eventually. I just had to really practice and practice,
I mean,
and
I've
of
still
course
no
videos.
idea what they are, so you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I videoed myself, well, videoed you playing it, and yeah, I just kept practicing and practicing, and just yeah, it was
I
it
mean,
was a
it's an interesting thing. That's how you sort of manage to do the learning a lot of the time. You'd video how to play it either by me playing it or sort of video yourself playing it after I'd shown you how and that sort of thing. So
yeah.
also there was a brief, maybe a couple of times I decided to shove you out on vocals at the front whilst I played bass. So how did you enjoy doing Feral Nihilist live?
It was fun, even though I'm not really good at singing, but it was good fun.
Hey,
It was good fun.
neither am I. And hello, a
Yeah.
mesher of Black Nail Cabaret.
Hello.
It
Hello.
says it's
Yeah,
nice to
it was.
see
It
us.
was. I think it was good fun. I thought, but I think some people left the room. But it was fun though. It was good fun there, being on there, and it boosted me up a little bit. So, yeah, I think that was good.
Do you remember how many times I tried to quit everything, or sort of how many gigs did I sort of vow that's it, I've had enough of this after sort of in those early days? It
No.
was practically every single gig. I was like, oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't lost count.
so
But we can.
by the time we'd been doing like Burn You and Noble, you'd been in the band by then, like 3 or 4 years maybe by then. So how were you feeling about JDB? What was it meaning to you to be part of it? Did it mean anything at all, or was it just a way to have people look at you and hear your songs?
I was enjoying. Yeah.
How did you enjoy
um,
driving me about everywhere?
yeah, it was
Oh
it was
god,
good
that
fun. I
car.
think we did we did so many gigs, and I did feel, and it did really help me with a lot of confidence performing, and um, I really enjoyed playing live and just going crazy on stage, and doing my thing, and being the crazy merch man that I was as well.
Yes, that's something we have not touched on so far. I mean, I recall there was that night at the now closed down uh, uh, place on West Street where you went completely crazy. We did an absolute fortune that night, and I
Was it
recall
was it
one,
was it the Mulberry? Was it the
not
Mulberry
Mulberry.
Tavern?
I mean, we've done well there and a few times as well, but there was uh, that one. I can't remember where it's West Street Ale House. I think that's where it was.
West Street Live, was it?
No,
West
Ale
Street.
House, the one sort of
Oh
further
yeah,
down. And
yeah.
with that one, I recall one thing you did. This poor guy, you basically forced him to buy a T-shirt. You said, "Oh, you should try it on, see what it looks like on you." And he said, "Right, that's £10, please." Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've got the salesman technique. I work in retail, so that still resonates with me. I've got the salesman technique, so
it's
yeah,
certainly very profitable having you in the band, you know.
yeah. Yeah, it was good fun. I think it was nice, and plus people always, always bought stuff and everything. They just said, right, I'll have that, and yeah, I think that gig we made must have made about 100 or over 100
I
quid. I
think it
thought
was somewhere between 100 and 150 that night. We did pretty well. That was pretty nice. And
because those
plus,
bundle packs we did for 20 quid,
yeah, I
like all
think that
CDs and
was.
T-shirt, 20 quid. That really worked. I
I
thought, yeah,
think we had like last July and the Gifted with us that night.
yeah, we did. Yeah, the gift in last July. Yeah, I remember that one. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was a good. That was one. That was like 2017, I think.
I think that
It was
2016, wasn't it? 2016.
it was a night
About June.
shift gig, you see, so could have been 2017, but so that's much later on. So what's eventually you did decide to leave, but what's been the big sort of takeaway from being part of JUB? What's your sort of favourite memories of it all and so forth?
Favorite memories? Oh, there's so many. I'm just trying to recall. I think we're when we supported Toya for one gig, that was definitely one for the belt. One for the record.
It's
That
certainly a
was
memorable night for many reasons. You remember?
wang.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Someone's cat suit split that night, and I don't think you were wearing a cat suit. So,
no, I was like, I remember that. I was like, I was just playing. I thought, where's he going? Where's he going?
well,
Yeah, I didn't know
guitarist
what
to
happened.
be Kelly was at the West Street Ale House gig, so yeah, it's just didn't know him back
Cool.
then.
Yeah, I think when we did a gig in Coventry, and we also did the two gigs with the Lizzie and the Banshees.
Yeah,
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 we did.
we it was to celebrate Susie's 60th birthday in 2017,
Yeah, that's the one. We did two gigs with Lizzie and the Banshees, one in Doncaster and one in London.
which were both
Um,
huge successes, obviously. And hello to
yeah,
Andrea and Deanna who've joined the stream.
hey, yeah, I think they were really good, and I was really hyped when we played the Susie covers as well as our own songs. And also when we got slotted the gig with Slamfest, sharing a stage with the
Yeah,
Sig
yeah,
Sputnik.
that was pretty cool.
Oh, that was awesome! I really enjoyed that. That was good, and we got a really good reception there. And
Yeah, yeah, we did go down very well at that.
yeah, it was fun, despite some weather conditions. But yeah, it was.
Oh God, some of the downpours were very interesting.
Oh God, yeah. I remember one band I really wanted to see live, and Sod's Law. Wind was coming. I thought, oh shit. We thought, oh bugger. I think it's gonna rain in it. Like a minute later, starts goes straight in,
I
doesn't it?
think it
Straight into.
rained during the Polybius set.
Yeah, I think
And
it was them.
it didn't
Yeah,
stop me going out and dancing to it. I thought Polybius were really good. I liked them a lot.
yeah, I did too.
Wonder if they're still active. Uh,
Cool.
so
Yeah,
those probably rank as your favourite gigs. Then you think Toya? I know Toya
yeah,
won. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, considering I exposed myself to a considerable number of people,
yeah,
um, and
yeah,
Toya Slamfest and the Lizzie and the Banshees ones, and you fond
yeah,
memories of the
yeah,
Coventry one as
yeah.
well. You say?
I, yeah, I think a few London gigs we did. I think they were enthusiastic, and yeah, I mean when we did, I think was it with the department? Was it with the department?
I know we
We did a gig
definitely
with
did
them.
one with the Department Synth Club.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think
We
were
and
Punk Disco on the same bill? I can't remember now.
yeah, I think we did a few hometown gigs like at Hall Cross and
Yeah, we did
at the
Hall
time.
Cross with that was third gig was Hall Cross in Doncaster with our friends John Merritt's Remains.
Yeah, and Wakefield with Berlin Trilogy, and
Yeah,
then that was really good because they were really enthusiastic about us. I thought that was awesome, and Faye was saying how they really liked us as well. They said we
it
were
was a
really
good
good, and they were
reception
really
there.
yeah. Wakefield, I like the Wakefield's enthusiasm for us, and yeah, that they were good to remember. Henry Boones was it?
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
right.
place.
with
Yeah,
Berlin
yeah, they were good.
Trilogy's own sound system.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, they were good memories too. And um, yeah, that's it. That's
So,
it. Those are
what
good
were the
memories.
bad times? Where did things not
I,
go well?
I think when we had a few techies with the Poly 6, I mean, all of a sudden it was like randomly playing an octave higher than what we had planned, and I had to really improvise through it. And I remember when the CS 101, CS1X, is it?
CS1X, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was it the SH101? That was it.
SH101, the grey one, yes.
Yeah, that started smoking, and we had to abandon that on the gig because when we were setting up, it just
Yeah,
started
that
going up in
wasn't
smoke.
that wasn't an ideal thing to happen for sure.
No, that
When
was
your
it.
synth starts smoking, it tends to be the case that it's not going to be viable for the gig.
Yeah, yeah, there was that, and I remember we did a gig at Vintage, and our sound man was like late, and he
Oh
didn't turn up
God,
till last
yeah, that
minute.
was with the. Was that with Nightclub or someone else? I can't remember. There was that one time at the Vintage where the sound guy was about 2 hours late. Might Can't remember what gig it was now, but
Yeah.
might have been Nightclub. I don't recall
All
exactly, but
right.
I know
Okay.
it was. Yeah, that was a horrendously stressful situation, trying to
Yeah.
chase up the sound
I
man.
I know.
It was
I didn't
about
get time
close
to.
to 2 hours late, I think.
Yeah, I was a bit pants that.
But
I
also,
think it was.
Sam Smith, by the way, you remember Sam Smith?
Yes. Hello, Sam.
She
Hey.
said the gig with Black Nail Cabaret was a really special night. Loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was nice to meet Himesha and Sophie. Yeah, that was a good gig. I remember that one. That was good. Um, yeah, I think, but yeah, I think back to the bad gig thing. I was really nervous. And I kept cocking up the notes from when we played live, and because I was really nervous, I didn't get time to like go over things just a little bit just before the show, and I was really nervous. Didn't turn up till last minute, and yeah,
Do you recall two gigs we kind of never played?
the gigs we never played.
Yeah, two which we booked but never happened.
There's
Well,
well,
sort
that
of.
one was.
One didn't happen despite our booking it, and one we didn't make it to.
Yeah, well, the one we didn't make it to was a factory acts in Salford
Yeah,
because we got
that's
stuck
right.
in traffic. We got stuck in traffic, so we had to turn back. It was
And I kept
horrendous
having
because
to get out of the car because I'd drunk too much coffee, and I had to go and relieve myself because, well, I couldn't hold it in for several hours, you know.
yeah,
And it's
yes,
got like we've got sort of halfway across the Pennines, you know, through the Tintwistle sort of area, and it
yeah,
is was still the sat nav was still saying like 2 hours to go, and like the gig was like going to start in an hour or something. We just in the end
yeah,
we moved about 100 meters in about half an hour perhaps, and it's just
yeah.
we weren't going anywhere, so in the end we just had to cut our losses and turn back. But that was a hugely disappointing night.
Yeah, well, I was really looking forward to that. I know we were a bit spontaneous. It was spontaneous, and we just thought, right, we're going to go. But I think there was a massive accident there, and that's what
Yeah,
caused
I
a
think
massive
that.
queue. Yeah, we had to turn back, sadly.
I mean, it's not like we didn't set off in time or anything. We set off hours before, and it took probably over 2 hours to get halfway there. And you know, it's just sometimes these things happen, I guess. In retrospect, maybe
Yeah.
we should have tried the motorway, but you know, in the first place. But you know, but do you remember a Sheffield gig which was an epic fail in terms of we couldn't actually play it?
An epic fail. Oh, I'm trying to think now. An epic fail. We were there, weren't we?
Kind of,
Yeah, that was in the beginning one where they didn't have a PA system.
yeah.
Oh
We turned
gosh,
up to the rocking chair or the Nelson or Cafe
yeah, that was it.
Totem.
It was the Nelson at the
I mean,
time. I think it's
yeah, it was, even though it was rocking. I think it was the rocking chair actually at the time.
yeah.
And
I
anyway, we
think
turned up, got all our equipment out, and said, right, where do we plug in? Oh, what? You don't have a PA system? Well, it would have
yeah,
been nice if you'd have sort of mentioned that beforehand when, you know.
yeah. I remember how livid I was back then.
Yeah.
Jesus, I was so livid. I couldn't believe it. I was fuming. Cause I was a bit, you know. And yeah, I remember that one. That was a bit of an adventure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
people actually turned up for our gig as well, and we said, oh, we can't play.
yeah.
No PA system. I thought, you mad? They didn't
Uh,
tell us.
and what was your favourite track to play then?
Oh, definitely "Ode to the Living Dead." I boogied at the same. I was dancing at the same time. Burn You and Noble. Start of War and Fighters because everybody loved them, and I
You enjoyed
enjoyed.
a lot of air punching in Start of War.
Yes,
Yeah, that's how it all went.
never forget them. Yeah, and I think they always went down well live. I mean, everyone loved it and everyone went
Yeah.
crazy. And um, what else was there? Like, enjoyed playing Green as well, and our cover of Assimilate. I really enjoyed that as well.
So,
Uh,
so why did you leave? Why did you
it
force
was
me to recruit new members?
sorry. Well,
I think
it was
it's worked
mostly
out pretty well.
yeah. It was mostly due to because I was getting ready to save up for a mortgage, as you know, because I went back to my parents to save up, and I also handed my notice in at my old flat at the time, and I was getting ready for that and other commitments, and yeah, that was the reason I left because it
It's
wasn't
not
going to be
like we fell
manageable for me.
out. Yeah. It's not like we fell out, you know.
No, there's
It's not like I mean, obviously we still clearly get on okay, you know.
yeah,
It's not like it was
there's
one of those major sort of band fallouts or anything. I mean, obviously at times we did sort of manage to rub each other up the wrong way. I think it happens inevitably in any band really. At some point, will sort of tensions will
yeah.
raise and tempers fray a little occasionally, but well, I think for the most part it worked pretty well, didn't it? And we had quite a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, we did. It's definitely memories. I'll never forget, and I'll still cherish. And I still mention about my band days and everything to this day. And
And
yeah,
or
we just
you've always got those songs that exist with your words on them, so that's definitely something good. So is there anything that sort of has come from JDB that sort of that main takeaway then, as I said earlier, was there something that JDB has given you overall?
I think definitely experienced performing, and also um, make my name known a little bit. And after I left, it opened a new doorway for me doing my radio show now. And
Yes, that's something we
yeah,
need to talk about before we finish, definitely.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I do miss. I've got to admit, I do miss the band days, and because it wasn't going to be manageable with everything. Me saving up for a deposit and everything, because
But now you're all
wasn't going to be
settled
manageable.
again, will you join us for a gig at some point?
Hopefully so.
That'd be fun.
Be
It'd be
nice to.
fun to have you back on keys just for one gig or something. I know. I'm sure you've not really got the time to properly commit to it these days overall. But even just bit of fun reunion gig. I mean, it's 10 years this year since you joined, so maybe late in
Yeah,
December. I think it was the 11th of December 2011 that we did our first
yeah.
gig at the Tut and
So
Shive. So we should have some kind of reunion gig or something.
yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll
So
definitely have to sort that out. Yeah,
so
that'd be
anyway,
cool
we
to
need
have.
to sort of mention your rise to success in your own right since JDV. Moving on and up in the world, you decided to become a super famous, top-notch radio presenter with
Yeah,
future
I did.
music
Yeah,
from the Robot Lab, which is on
yeah.
Sign FM. So tell people all about that.
Well, shortly after, a couple of months after I'd left Jan Dole Band, one of my good friends, Paul, who also DJs at San FM with the Dark Side of Metal, um, him and along as well as my girlfriend said you should definitely do a radio show. because they encouraged me, saying, you know your stuff. So I thought, okay, and also my girlfriend encouraged me a lot as well. Bless her. That was, and she says you should definitely do it. So okay, I'll give it a shot. And I was forwarded a contact, my old tutor, and had my training, and yeah, that was that. And I started creating a Facebook page, thinking of a name, uh, and me and my girlfriend brainstormed stuff together. And I thought originally music from the Robot Lab, and then Shell suggested maybe future music. I thought,
And I think it definitely works. That, yeah.
yeah, definitely, and yeah, and I've not looked back since. And I'm coming up to my 100th show
Nice.
next week, and I've got interviews online on YouTube, and yeah, I've got contacts with labels like Infected Recordings, Artifact, and even um, uh, what's it now? Um, Promos from Trisol, and yeah, I'm and I get random emails from other people saying about their music. I thought, oh, and then try them out, and yeah, and I've been going since.
Right, I think that's. We need to tell people where they can find that to listen back to shows.
Oh, what on my
Your
Mixcloud or Facebook?
Mixcloud, yes, that would be an ideal option.
Mixcloud.com/the Robot Lab.
And signfm.com, I believe, if they want to listen live when it goes out.
Yep, every Friday night, UK time, 11 p.m.
And the Facebook page.
Facebook.com/the Robot Lab.
So there we go. So that was all you never needed to know, but were told anyway, about Michael Exo Skull. Maybe we should have told people where that name came from. Stokes.
But Exo Skull, where
Yeah,
it came
should we
from.
just leave it a mystery? You know, it might be more intriguing and exciting that way. Should show people your lovely T-shirt, which you're wearing today. Hey, that looks like a cool band.
Yeah,
Posted a
they're
picture of
awesome.
that image on Instagram today. Whereas I've just got "not punk" written on my chest today, because that was a bit of a joke how everyone kept saying punk band. Anyway, so yeah, nice to sort of reconnect with you a bit, and
Yeah, you
just get
too, man.
your story out there a bit. So all the best with future music from the Robot Lab, and of course
Thank you.
every other aspect of your life, which seems to be going all jolly nice and lovely right now, which is a
Yeah,
very good thing.
yeah, things are cool, and yeah, I've moved in with my girlfriend just before Christmas, and I've done the place out a bit, 2-bed cottage, and yeah, things are going great. Yeah, and the radio show is going fantastic as well. So
I should probably let
um,
people ask questions if they so desire, so we'll have to wait a bit for any responses. So, any questions, anyone? I mean, Amesha has mentioned that she misses that shirt that you're wearing. She lost it in London.
oh no,
I mean, they're
oh
non-available now. I don't even own one, you know.
really?
Yeah,
You
I
should,
don't keep our t-shirts. I just sell them all, and that's it.
you should,
I,
you
I
should
just
do.
the thing is, I just feel odd wearing a t-shirt with my own face on it, or my own band. I don't know why. So due to the delay in broadcasting, we have to wait and see if anyone's got anything to add. Because to see if
Okay.
anyone's got any questions, but there's quite a delay between people hearing what we've got to say and us actually saying it or something. Well, no, the other way round. Anyway, strike that, reverse it. Um, yeah. So yeah, Mesha wanted to buy another T-shirt but couldn't.
Oh no.
Maybe we
Oh
should put yours up for auction.
yeah.
How
I
much is
saw.
it worth to you, Mesha? You know. Yeah, I mean, it was start the bidding. Start the bidding at £100. £100, anyone? Any
Going
advance
once,
on?
going twice. Yeah.
It's like there's. It doesn't seem like anyone else has got anything to say. Oh, what was it like to work with Derek? Asks Samesh. I didn't just cover that earlier. But...
What was it like to work with Derek? We got on well. We definitely had a laugh. Okay, it clashed occasionally, but we gelled well, and we always did a good show afterwards. And we just kicked some ass. So what more could you want, really?
What was it like to work with me as a person? Amesha asks.
As a person, I think occasionally I think it we I know you were a bit stressed before gigs. You had pre-stressors, didn't we?
Yeah, we did
Sometimes.
have some stressful moments, definitely.
Yeah, we did have pre-stressors, but I kept my cool about it, and I was understanding it was all part of the pre-stressors because I've been there before when I did performing arts as a youngster, so I understand how it goes.
Um,
So yeah,
Simon Jeffries, aka Monkey Fondue, asks about most prized piece of gear. I mean, are you asking me, Simon, or Michael? Because um, uh, Mike doesn't really own any gear musically, so um, and Sam Smith asks who wore the trousers, but that's obviously it was me because it was my band and I'm in control. He does as I say.
I'm just a crazy merch man. I'm just a crazy salesman. That's what I was.
So
Yeah.
Simon, if you can at once receiving this message, I need you to clarify. Asking Michael, he doesn't care about. I just say he doesn't own anything. So what is? I guess what's your most prized possession?
Well, my most prized possession, what
I don't know, something like that. I guess.
my
And he
most
asks,
prized
"What's your
possession?
most prized piece of gear?" I mean, you don't have any gear. Or do you
Well,
mean gear as in clothing? I don't know. And you
well,
don't own any musical equipment, do you? You've got a keyboard of sorts.
no, I think most prized possession are these babies, all my panties. I think that if that's what he means.
I think he was
Uh,
meaning like musical equipment, but you
uh,
it was all
uh,
mine, all mine, all mine. Yeah.
would it be the Poly Six? Because that was like that's like
I
older than
guess
me.
favorite
So
instrument to play on, it must be
yeah,
the
I don't
Poly
know.
Six because you played that all the time and you did kind of get really familiar with it.
Yeah, might have been the Poly Six because that was the oldest synth you've got, right?
No, 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 it's not the oldest synth I've got. The oldest I've got is the SH09,
Ah,
the one that's a bit like the 101 but black.
oh yeah, yeah, I know that one.
I did play that a little on one or two gigs, maybe. I didn't take it out very often, but I did take it out sometimes to do like solo in Now and Never.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Um, yeah, yeah, Hmm, cool. Yeah. What was the other? Was it what was the second oldest? Was it Poly Six or what about the
I
Junos you played?
I don't know if I ever used it live, but oldest was '09. Then the CS1X, the CS10 is quite
Yeah,
old. That's about the same sort of era.
yeah,
Then after that, it's probably the Poly 6, but that's also kind of contemporary with the Juno 60 and the
yeah,
101. They're all kind of the same age.
yeah. Still older than me.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Ian Hanratty says, Mr. Michael Stokes. Question for each of us as individuals. What are your favourite songs by A, a major band, and B, an indie outfit? I'll let you go first because I keep rabbiting on too much.
A
That's
major
from Sam
band.
Smith.
Oh, I've put me on the spot a bit because it's quite hard to decide. A major band, favorite song. Um, oh, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think what I'm digging right now. Actually. Oh. Um.
I mean, I presume Sam means of all time, but that's really, really difficult to answer.
It was. It is, yeah. By a major band. Uh, can it be any band or like
Any
scene
band,
wise?
any major band, any sort of major charting band, and then someone
Right,
from the underground.
right.
This is
Oh,
coming at you
that is a
from
tough.
the underground.
That is, that is a tough one. Um, gosh, it'll definitely have to be something by Linkin Park. I think, like, well, early Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory era and Meteora sort of era. I think probably One Step Closer, maybe or something. Yeah, 'cause that's major band. And yeah, and you said indie band was it?
Yeah, indeed. So select like someone from the underground scene or something. I mean, obviously it should be Jandor band.
Okay.
No, not really Jandor band. Anything.
Yeah. Um. Right. That's a tough. Well, at the minute, I'm currently digging the Midnight because I got one of their vinyls this morning, and
It's
I
not
think it has to be
vinyls, honestly.
good old vinyls. You can't beat them.
Vinyl record. You don't get
Yeah.
vinyls, they are vinyl. So
Yeah.
this is what you had to put up with.
Uh,
Someone constantly
yeah. Got
correcting
got them on.
language.
Probably the Midnight Los Angeles. That's a beautiful song. That. Yeah.
And it's for me, in terms of, say, like underground bands, um, something that's really excited me in recent times. I do have a huge soft spot for Appraisal by Astrofawn. Um, Holy Braille makes some really, really good music. Ditsy Ella have done some great stuff. It's so very hard to pin one down exactly. I mean, 243 Ida have made some tracks which have really meant a lot to me. That's all from
Yeah.
the sort of underground kind of area. But
I've got a
for a major mainstream act, sort of, is there a song I could say is my favorite of all time? That's almost impossible to answer, but no, you can't really sort of say one particular song. But some of trying to think of. And the thing is, I'm kind of bored of almost all music that I've listened to in the past now, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But I know I'll pick Kylie and speakerphone. I'll just go with that one. Why not?
cool. Good
I know
choices. Yeah, I've got to play 243 I'd on the show at some point. I
they
think I
they
really
are
like
really
what they do.
really really good. I'm Tempest
Yeah,
and Woods by them are two tracks I very very much love. I don't want to go on too much longer, but uh, Simon Jeffries asks fish and chips or pizza. I think I know.
oh, that's put me on the spot now. Oh, fish and chips or pizza.
Surely it
Oh,
must be pizza, knowing you. You always wanted to go for pizza at gigs.
yeah.
You always, like, after gigs, you always want, oh, shall we go out and have a party? Sort of. No, I want to go to bed. Thank you.
I had that
And you always want to
youngster.
sort of
I was
stuff your face after gigs for some reason.
Yeah, well, I have a big appetite. Yeah, I think it would probably have to be pizza for me because back at gigs we used to have pizzas. And I remember when we did a few gigs at Leeds at the Pack Horse, they had like a little pizza shop just up the street, and they had like a pound a slice. Yeah, I remember that. I
Um,
just stuffed my face.
for me, it's definitely fish and chips.
Yeah,
Right. Anyway, I've had enough of this now. So tough, everyone. It's finishing. To all our thousands and thousands of people who aren't watching. No. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Ian, Sam, Andrea, Amesha, Andrea, Simon, and everyone else who I might have missed. Kelly. And so yeah, until next time I do something like this. Uh, Thanks for watching.
yep. Thank you very much, folks.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.